I think it's fascinating to see that Netanyahu went to these elections with a hope of receiving a mandate despite the legal cloud that he's in, and he has emerged with that beyond anything that he could have imagined. So that's fascinating to see Sderot, people who are under fire from Gaza, coming out 44% for Netanyahu. You see he's a master politician. You see he has succeeded in people seeing that he's responsible for the success of Israel. We're not debating yes or no, but that's an incredible result.
Well, so I actually want to let's kind of disassemble that a little bit. Let's take the South that is embattled, that has been having a rain fire of rockets for years and years and years. What was the alternative really to a right-wing government for them? Because if they were to vote left, I mean, theoretically you would have to have Meretz and all sorts of left-wing parties that are very much against strong action in the Palestinian territories. So is it even really that surprising that they voted left, that they voted for the right?
Well, for years they've been frustrated with the prime minister, but you see that at the end of the day, they don't see any other path forward and no other solution.
Speaking of peace and security and all these other things, what are some of the other major, points of contention that you think voters were really centering around, that they were keeping as their priority when they headed to the polls?
There's no doubt that to add to the list to Netanyahu as Mr. Diplomacy. Look at what's happened over the last few weeks and months, and voters say we cannot imagine anyone else. Golan Heights recognition, and they see all the parade of leaders that are coming here. They saw the successful return of a soldier who's been missing for 37 years, the relationship with the White House, relationship with Putin, just all around the world, and people did not see anyone else. There was a massive
to be fair, only Netanyahu has been, foreign minister and prime minister for the last.
No, that is true, but they don't see anyone else
years
as capable of doing it. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's another issue which people saw. You did not hear so much discussion about economy, about religion and state. Those are concerns for people. But overall, they see a country which is flourishing and overall doing well, and people that are happy. And people say, if it's not broken, why play with that?
We saw roughly 50% voter turnout amongst Arab Israelis. A lot of the argument for the boycott was that they don't have proper representation, that Hadash Ta'al and Ram Balad are more concerned about the Palestinians than they are for Arab Israelis. But that begs the question then, why didn't they go out and vote? Why?
In speaking with Israeli Arabs on the moderate side, they are frustrated with the Arab parties, but they have not yet found their home in other parties. What I think you're going to see right now, especially with the emergence of two major blocs, which is a wonderful thing for Israeli politics, and hopefully will continue that way, they are going to start reaching out to Arab voters as well. I've spoken to a few people already in some of the larger parties. They've also even said it publicly, that they do intend at this point, now that they realize that Arabs are looking for other parties to possibly find a home, they will actually reach out to them. That will be a wonderful thing, both for Israeli Arabs, but for Israeli society as a whole, that the major parties are actually working towards the minority populations as well.